Hello guys, and welcome to another Zimaleta. Today's video, I'm going to show you how to install a RAM mount. I finally got myself an SDS system, guys. Very excited for it. So this is how you install your RAM mount. Oh no! Man, it really got damaged. No way. Oh man. Now my screen is going to be floppy. That's not good, guys. That is not how you do it, guys. Let me show you the correct way to do it. There it is. Pretty good there. That was a joke, guys. That was a joke. So we have a couple ways that you could actually adjust this, because I could technically bring this closer to me if I wanted to, but when I'm driving, it's not going to be in the way of anything. And when I'm actually doing my diagnostics, it's actually not in the way. It's not in the way of any of my charts. Today's video, I have some special things to share with you guys. First of all, guys, I did a really cool trade with one of my viewers named Michael, and he had something I wanted, and I had something he wanted. So what is that thing? Well, it is the Sprinter Diagnostic System. It's called SDS, basically, for short. Here's the system. Here's the laptop for it, and here's the system. It also comes with a lot of different wiring. This has been something I've really wanted for the longest time. So Michael, thank you for making that happen for me. So anyways, guys, in today's video, we're going to be installing one of the RAM mounts, and I'm going to install it somewhere over there. I don't know exactly where yet. Here's part of the RAM mount system that I have. And this itself wasn't cheap, nearly $400. But I actually got it a little bit in advance before I even got this type of computer diagnostics. So why am I really installing this in this printer? Well, I've been basically doing a lot of side work. I've been selling car parts, been doing a lot of other things, and I've been also diagnosing sprinter problems for people like you. Some of you guys have called in, and basically you spoke to me over the phone, and some of you guys actually made it to my house to actually do some diagnostics. Well, previously, I only had my own experience to actually do some diagnostics. Well, now I actually have the Star Diagnostic System, which will allow me to test various different type of system, making this printer my mobile Sprinter Diagnostic System. Maybe even a mobile mechanic van in the future. I don't know yet. I don't know if I want to go that route just yet. But maybe driving out to somebody that is local here and actually doing some diagnostics, maybe that's that's going to be something we could do. But anyways, guys, I'm going to try to show you some of the stuff that I have here on the floor already laid out, and I'm going to have to really make a plan to actually put the stuff together, because who knows, maybe you were thinking about installing a RAM mount in your vehicle. Maybe you're wondering where's going to be a good place to install it, and I think in this video it's going to help to really figure out for both me and you where's going to be the best place, because you only could do it one time the right way. If you do, drill through these rubber mats that's on the floor and it's not exactly the place you wanted to install it, then man, it's not going to be aesthetically pleasing. So let's take a look. This is the RAM mount system that I have, and everything's still packaged up, and I don't know if I have everything in here that I really need, like for instance these mounting bolts that go there. It's actually really nice. There's other holes, so you could actually secure it possibly with some other bolts as well. This is supposed to be one of the best systems you could get, and I actually got some extras that did not come with it. Yeah, like this right here. This actually holds the laptop screen. It keeps it from falling down. So, and I got some other extra things that really did not come with it. So that's why it cost me a little bit more. Over there, you could see the actual SDS system. You need a laptop, you need a multiplexer, and a bunch of wires. So all that is back there. I got my handy dandy drill here. Well, the drill is right there, and this is like a Torx tool that I like to use. And I'm planning to install this maybe like somewhere like right there, This seems like a good flat area where it just flattens out. This is going to be at a slight angle, but possibly it's going to be okay. But I'm wondering if maybe installing it here would be a better idea. And I don't know that just yet. I'm kind of thinking right here is probably where I want to keep things, keeping the fact in mind that there's like a rubber mat that I actually use back there. And when you actually disassemble this system, you don't want that to be very close. So that seems like a pretty appealing place to do it, you know. But I guess we're gonna find that out. I'm trying to open up some of these bags, and my sticker's already faded. So it does say like what parts are in here and stuff like that, which I will save for later. So I got this thing, at least like a year ago. So everything's nicely in bags. So let's see, that's like another piece of the tubing. There is instructions. I believe they're going to be there in that booklet there. So here's a metal piece. Let's just try to see if we could actually build it. So that kind of like looks like it goes there. I don't know. We will see. Here we have another piece. And I kind of want to keep things together where I actually move stuff to. Well, it's definitely looks like a pretty complicated type of system. There's actually a bolt inside over there. So, what is this? It almost seems like there's a variety of uses, including like you could mount a GoPro to it. That's very ingenious, and like a fishing pole. I didn't even know that. That was kind of pretty cool. So they do a lot of different mounting type of systems. I really like how this is going. So it seems to me like almost that this is where kind of see, this is where that mounts to, I guess. All right, I will stick that to the side. Actually, it did come with instructions in one of the bags where the little parts are, which is laying right there. Pull this booklet out. It seems like it's the one with the most amount of parts. So it's got like the metal long piece, which is, you can't really see it on the camera, but it's kind of like laying right there. And yeah, it shows everything where it goes. So this is all the pieces that's included, and then you could kind of see what's going on, and then it goes into this piece, and then other instructions like that one right there will continue on and show you how to actually mount the ram mount. So hey guys, I was gonna do a time lapse of this because I thought this is kind of a piece of cake, but it's not difficult by any means. But I kind of figured, you know what, probably explaining this to somebody would be a better idea. So here's what we're starting with at first. We're gonna start with this very long metal, shoot, I don't even know what to call it because it's not a bolt. And then there's a nut that's actually part of the pack that this kind of stuff is in, which does have the instructions. So you install the nut, and according to instructions right there, about that deep. So right now it doesn't even matter. So then you will need to, for this instructions, install the plastic piece on it. That plastic piece is not going to fall through. It's going to be like that. Then you install the spring. Then you install this metal piece like that. And then you take this piece and you install this through the bottom. Why is it hard to find a hole? Okay, here it is. This will then look like that. And then you could set this on the bottom. And then you want to install this rubber piece with the detailed parts up, the flat piece down. So you install that down. So once we have the metal piece, you want to install the rubber piece. Then you want to go ahead and install this piece. So then you install a washer. The reason I'm saying it's not correct because it's kind of like a bolt pattern over here. And I guess maybe this is like another design that you could do. which is not there, but I guess let's do it this way, how it is. So you install the plastic piece with those rubber balls, and then another washer, and then you install this. So there are probably more than one way to actually do this correctly. So now as I'm tightening, this is actually coming apart and this is getting tight inside. So we're going to loosen this up a little bit. I'm going to do that. And then we're going to go ahead and actually put it inside of this machine here. So you could apparently adjust it for any height. So if you want it right there, then it kind of becomes tight like that, and it's like that. I'm gonna go ahead and put these bolts on this bag here so that I could inspect them and see if they're the same lengths. Let's see here. It's nice that they use pretty much the same type of bolts, from what I could tell. Nope, there's a couple short ones, and then as far as the nuts goes, looks like we have those for the short ones, and then that's for those other ones. Okay, see if they have any markings on them. Now it does say E, and it does say some other things. It's not. They did use a Phillips heads on them. This is where the spring goes, and I'm wondering if it's going to be a good idea to just first install the actual spring. It does use a washer, and this is where it goes. Sorry that you're not seeing this, guys, but I will show to the camera where it's actually located. So the cool thing about it is I dropped I dropped the nut inside of the area that's sort of shaped like a bolt, and it's acting as a way to hold it in place. So that is definitely a good thing. So now I'm going to need to stretch the spring, and I'm actually installing. It's actually a pretty tight type of a spring here, spring action. It would be nice to actually get a hand with somebody helping with this here. So once I actually install the bolt portion, it pulls everything together, and then I'm going to drop the nut inside here, hold that in place, and go ahead and actually start tightening things up. Immediately it grabs the bolt and it pulls it forward. So that is good. So here's what we accomplished. Basically it pulls your laptop. So this is good that you could quickly release your laptop. Definitely a handy feature. So now I'm gonna have to make a decision and choose where I'm gonna be mounting these here. Adjust it right away for the depth of the laptop. Okay. Seems like it's about the normal type of depth. Now the good thing about it is there is ridges, and these ridges, once you install it, it keeps them sliding down. So once you actually got the proper height, you're going to be pretty good. So now I'm just gonna have to do all these others, and let's see, I'm gonna give myself a little bit more room now by doing that. Alright, so we have this piece situated. So let's see how well it's going to hold the laptop. Yeah, it holds it very well. I'm pretty pleased that there's mounting points to really do some other stuff. I think it needs to be mounted this way. Then I could actually just move it away and stuff if need be. I am almost at a point where I could actually install this. So as I was saying at the beginning of the video, I was kind of thinking possibly it's going to be there. But let's see realistically where this would be and where it's going to be the best place for it to be. So I'm going to try to make some adjustments and before I mount it, because I really don't want to have to do it more than one time. So it does expand this way, so that means it's going to be really my way there, like that. Wish they made this tray open up that other way, because if I mount it this way, it would make everything upside down. So to compensate, I have this little swivel thing. So let's see. If I would have this computer installed right here, technically it would not be in my way, and I could then swivel it. I could swivel it forward, and I could do it away from me like that. So it seems to me like having this adjusted over here would definitely work for me. So the only main thing I want to figure out is exactly which of these bolt holes is it going to be the most convenient way for me, and which one of these places would actually make it to where it's the stronger at. So when I'm going to be actually installing this, it seems that this little system is going to be a little bit on the way. So I may need to, disassemble it. So in the picture, it's just a ball there like that. So that's what I actually did. So the ball could be adjusted any which way. So there's really no wrong way of doing it. So let's see which ones of these bolt holes will line up. The bolts are actually the good kind here. that's definitely the good thing. They have like this like plasticky material that keeps the bolt from actually loosening itself. So once you actually get things pretty tight, it should actually hold it pretty good. Now we're almost done with mounting this piece here. The very next thing we're going to need to mount is obviously this piece to the floor, and there's a lot of holes there for mounting, so there's a lot of options. So let's see, now I'm going to go ahead and actually loosen this piece again and get this tray in here. The cool thing about it is, you know, once you actually mount it, you could actually adjust this laptop screen every which way. You could tilt it and stuff like that. So that's actually really, really nice. So for now, I'm just gonna place it like that. Let's see, there, because we do have this stuff here. I could technically, let's see, this is really tight right now, but I could definitely you know, swivel this every which way, even like over here if I wanted to work, for instance. And I could definitely swivel it right there. So possibly that could be a pretty good location for it. So I will have to see if it's realistic or not by getting into that other passenger seat and see if I'll be able to actually sit there. I mean, yeah, like, you know, this, I mean, it would have been nice to have this a little bit shifted over, but anybody that wants to sit here could very well sit here. I guess the main point would be is whenever you're mounting something back here, you are kind of like giving yourself a little bit less room to work, and you might just need this room. You just don't know for what. Maybe you have extra cargo that you need to push this way, which I had to do before, like lumber and stuff, 16-foot pieces. They went all the way to the front over here. So I think I would be pretty satisfied with this to be mounted here. And obviously, I mean, it's a very sturdy piece here. So I guess let's get ready for mounting. I'm actually going to be using deck screws instead of drywall screws, but this is just deck screws, just for a little bit more rigidity. So I want to make sure things are laying up exactly where I want them. So that seems to be pretty good. So let's put our first screw in. Yeah, that didn't work out too well. Got hit in the head with that one. Okay, so let's install this one. This apparently working pretty good. So I'm gonna install them on this side. Hopefully there's no viral components that I'm drilling through. There's really nothing to worry about. Okay, this is very solid, impressive, very solid. Right, so it's time for us to install the laptop. There it is. Pretty good there. So we have this thing installed now. As you can see, the screen, it's a bit flimsy, and it's a little bit flimsy over here. So it's got a couple points of adjustments, that being one of them, and that's pretty good. Now, I bought this piece, which is an extra piece, it's really not included. Kind of goes like this over here to keep this screen from being flimsy. But I installed this piece kind of like in the way over there, so I'm gonna have to remove this and install this instead. But guys, today fully, I'm gonna show you exactly how to mount this ram mount here. So we have a couple ways that you could actually adjust this, depending on how you want to basically work. So you could do it like that, you could do it like that, whichever way. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why I'm going to be talking about it and doing it at the same time. Why I made a decision to install my ram mount where you actually see it, which is right there. And by the way, this will tilt and everything, so you could actually do whatever you want with it. So also, you can adjust this down some. You could actually undo this and let's see. Could actually install it much lower, like this here. Like that, because you really might not really want it all the way up in the air like that. So this might be ideal situation for me, because I could technically bring this closer to me if I wanted to, but when I'm driving, it's not going to be in the way of anything. And when I'm actually doing my diagnostics, it's actually not in the way. It's not in the way of any of my chargers and things like that. So next, I want to go ahead and actually install this piece. To do it, there is a bolt at the bottom over there, so I'm gonna have to reach in there with my pliers. And here's a screwdriver. And I just dropped that. Just right there. So for now, I'm just gonna save this. I don't know if this is gonna be helpful. We do have one more bolt, which is right there. And I'm really not sure if you guys could see this or not. This goes somewhere over here, like this. And then it locks your laptop screen in place. So to install it, you need to go ahead and actually put your bolt right through there. Pick a point, it should be right in that tray there. So you pull this out and then it grabs it. So this will actually hold your screen in place. Now I just gotta get this bolt pretty tight. So that's pretty good. And then you tighten this in place. And it seems like it would do a lot more good. I'm not that convinced. Seemed like there's a good possibility it might actually do some damage to your LCD screen. But in either way, if you have a screen that's floppy and you want something to hold it down, that's how you do it, right there from the side. Now it's time for me to actually put this back, but guys, I already made a video how I actually install these things. Take a look at my instruction, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for watching. My name is Serge Zimaleta. I'm 37 years old, and yes, I experienced success after buying my first home for cash. Back in 2011, I was broke, but I learned to solve problems on my own. Now, I'm helping others to solve their problems. I know what pitfalls to avoid to stay profitable in business. Need motivation to be more successful in your life? Do you have sprint or expedite or business problems? Then subscribe. Let's find creative solutions to your problems. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my helpful videos.